My name is Isabella, and you're listening to My King Biz Hubby. That's my scam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike. Yeah, that's my granddaughter Isabella. That is the promo. So the program is On the Mic with Mike. We're here daily with you from 1 to 2. We'd like to thank the folks we're in. But right now, we got to keep things moving. We have Kim Ely in the house. And so for folks who know, she is a bundle of energy. She's a wordsmith. She's an author. She's a ghostwriter. And she's kind of like a Renaissance woman. We're going to talk about some of those things. Okay. Let folks know who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. First, I am so thankful to be here. Thank you, Mike.
Well, we're glad to have you. We haven't seen each other since our Synapse days.
That's right.
And so Paula just joined Synapse. Shout out to
you did.
Shout out to Synapse. Okay.
Yes.
So tell folks who you are and what you do, girl.
Absolutely. Kim Wells Ely, Kiwi Publishing, KWE Publishing, and I take people from idea to published book. I'm a writing coach and a publisher, and I love what I do.
You do love what you do.
I do.
And so, some of the things, let me go through some. I know you from a number of different things. You were the scribes at some point.
Yes, the sociable scribes. Yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about the meaning of words and how they help business and how life has changed since COVID has happened for you as a business.
Oh, absolutely. So words are so powerful. We talk a lot about branding, like you were talking earlier with Nicole about that. And the way that we represent ourselves through our words is part of our branding and what we represent. I love helping people to craft their message so that they can bring attention to their business. I call their book a business card on steroids. And things, you were talking about how things have changed because of COVID. I have really had business boom. I've been so tickled because I wasn't sure how this would impact everyone as far as being able to have the money to invest in writing a book. And actually in April alone, I booked 4 new clients, which is huge.
Congratulations on that. So let folks know the process. Now, I have an idea rumbling around in the head. How do you take that and what's the process to go from idea to published book?
Absolutely. So I sit down and have a one-on-one conversation. We get super crystal clear. We create what I call a strategic plan that identifies the author's intention, message, and ideal reader. That helps us with not only marketing, but also the focus of the book. We start from there. We write up each chapter at a time. That's where I have my writing coach hat on. And then we get to the point where we edit, format, create the publish copy of the book cover, and then we publish. And when they publish, they get published on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and lots of different online retailers.
So, folks, the voice you're listening to is Kim Wells Ely. Kim Wells Ely.
Yes.
She is KWE Publishing. She has a lot going on right there. She helps a lot of people with the writing process and giving folks the meaning of words and the value of them. You do a lot in the community, a lot of community endeavors. You do.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about, I don't know if it's woman empowerment or it seems to be that.
Absolutely.
The platform is yours to talk about that.
Well, thank you so much. Absolutely. I so believe as women that we need to lift each other up. I believe all people should lift each other up, but especially other women. I love empowering them. I belong to a group called Fab Women. And
with Shauna?
Yes. Oh, she's a powerhouse.
Yes, she is. Shout out to her. and so it's a collaboration of women who support each other in all of the endeavors that you guys do.
Absolutely.
There's no competition. It's just about women helping each other.
No, absolutely. And one good example of that is you had mentioned about sociable scribes. I call her my partner in fun, Nikita Rouse Stevens.
You guys are a ton. Shout out to Nikita. Okay, we have my man Al Green over here because we're trying to hold it together. Folks, the time is 1:39. Kim Wells Ely is with us right here, KWE Publishing. And we're talking about, so you guys were the sociable scribes. Is that?
Exactly. We still are. We still have our podcast. We're doing season 2 right now.
Okay, well, you got to give a shout out for the podcast. You can't come here and not shout out your podcast.
Absolutely. Sociable scribes. We're all over the place. iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. But what we do, we're two writing coaches. And the funny thing is, you would think we would be competitors, right? We support each other. We lift each other up. She and I talk. We love to talk about all the questions that we get from awesome authors or author to be, including how do I get started? Where do I begin? And we talk all about writing, publishing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we have a fun segment called Gregarious Goofballs.
There was a video that you guys were outside doing something, and it was hilarious. You guys are great together.
Thank you.
So we talked about that. Now, this is a serious business program here, and we take things serious.
Yes, sir.
I had seen you and your skydiving efforts.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Okay.
my goodness.
So talk a little bit about how you get to the point where you're working with the business coach. You guys are sort of working with each other. You end up jumping out of an airplane.
Heck yes. So Brian Muka, also a member of Synapse, wrote a book. He's the Fear Sherpa, and he wrote a book called Your Secret Superpower, Taming Fear to Thrive, all about how you can use fear to be an ally instead of an enemy. And when we were talking about his book launch, I'm like, holy cow, what better place than to do a skydiving book launch? He actually used to jump out of planes in the Navy in the dark. I don't know how you do that.
It's funny because I used to do that in the Army.
Did you?
Yeah, that was a young Mike.
Woohoo! I'm impressed.
Well, thank you. This is the radio Mike. So you talked to Brian about that, and you guys thought that'd be a great idea.
Absolutely, and it was. We had his book launch in an airport hangar. And so the adrenaline was there. It was the perfect atmosphere and energy for his book about taming fear. Then we all got in the airplane. Well, not all of us. A few of us got in the airplane and jumped out. And it was amazing.
Yeah, so I saw the video. I saw the video.
Yes.
And you truly enjoyed yourself.
Thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thoroughly.
For people who've never done it, explain to them the feeling. People always say, why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
Yes.
And it's a feeling like no other. Tell folks a little bit about that and how it correlates to being a business owner during these crazy times.
Oh, that is a perfect question. It is a leap, right? We take a leap of faith as entrepreneurs and people in business. When you are first up in the airplane, you get excited. The hardest part is looking out that open door, and you're like, holy shnikes.
Yes, for
what
sure.
have I done? And then all of a sudden you get out, and once you leap out, you feel so free and weightless. It's incredible. And the same thing is true in business and in going out and doing activities in these COVID times. It can be scary, but once you take that step, a controlled step, you don't go out without your parachute.
No, that is true.
But once you take that controlled step, it is so worth it. Everything that you want is on the other side of fear.
Oh, I hear you. So, folks, that's Kim Wells-Ely. She is talking about fear and overcoming it, writing books. So give folks an idea of the steps to take to go from idea in head to being published.
Absolutely. So the first part is I always recommend contacting a writing coach.
And that writing coach would be?
That would be Kim Wells-Ely. And then having a serious chat. And even if you're not quite ready yet, it's always smart because writing a book is an investment of time and money. So the sooner you can start thinking about it and planning for it, the better. Have a serious conversation about what's your intention? What is your message that you want to get out there for the world, especially for entrepreneurs like your listeners? It's such a smart way to get your word out there and also establish your credibility as an expert. There's nothing better. So once you get crystal clear on that message, contact me.
All right. And how would folks contact you once again?
Absolutely. My website is kwepub.com, or you can contact me at 804-536-1972.
All righty. We'd like to thank you. Got to come back again. You got to come back because I always say words have a real meaning, and what you're doing out there, plus what you're doing with the community. Shout out to Nikita and Shayna, and tell them I said hello. And thanks, so folks. We'd like to thank Kim for coming in, and we'll talk to you on the other side. We'll be back in just a moment with Paula Pardell with Modern Love.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, that was fantastic.
So we're gonna have to have you when.